Alameda, the affiliate of FTX, acquired 80% of the equity of Farmington State Bank. And they being FTX, should have applied for approval from the Fed to make that acquisition, and they did not. Now, what is interesting, Jay Powell met with Sam Bankman-Fried for 1 hour just weeks before that March 2022 acquisition. I have no idea what they talked about. But like Larry Fink gets 15 minutes with him, but Sam Bankman-Fried gets an hour.
Last week's visitor log release showed the most recent meeting between Sam Bankman-Fried and a White House official, Steve Ricchetti. In this case, this was his 4th meeting of the year. I'm wondering, given this first briefing since then, if you can give us any sort of summary of what has been discussed in Mr. Bankman-Fried's meetings with the White House over the course of the year?
Yeah. Introduced the Bitcoin for America Act, which would allow Americans to pay their federal taxes in Bitcoin. Tell us about this.
Well, look, we're talking about affordability. That's just your dollar's been getting crushed. You know, the house that you live in didn't inherently get more valuable. The money that you measure it in got worth less. And gold is another indicator. One of the best performers in the past year, 2 years has been gold. And that's just one of the worst performers has been the dollar. So a lot of people hold other assets. Bitcoin's been one of the big rises over the last 10 years for sure. And you can pay your taxes in Bitcoin and avoid capital gains on that. But the president created a strategic Bitcoin reserve. How do you fund it? Well, having one control point, the treasurer, Secretary of Treasury, control it makes sense. But you can fund it with no government spending just by collecting Bitcoin as payments for taxes. So that's what the Bitcoin for America Act does.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're going to get more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And I told you that we would get a first quarter pullback, and that's what happened. And then also I told you that tariffs would get stepped up, and that's what happened. Layoffs would pick up. That's what happened. So the Crypto Teacher gives you a warning like Noah and Gilgamesh, whichever one you want to call it. But we will get some type of reset this year. Most likely stable coins are the catalyst. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten. And more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto slightly moving up. And we know we're going to get the holiday liquidity. And then also, we have options on Friday. And because of that holiday liquidity, I don't see us pulling back. Now, we have Texas has become the first U.S. state to purchase Bitcoin, investing $10 million into its new strategic reserve. And we have Texas with its own exchange, and also big money moved down to Texas. And we know that is for a reason. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates moving up slightly, and we'll see how far they move up next week, because that'll let us know whether the Fed is going to make that cut or not. We have the dollar right now down. We have volume in crypto right now down. Then we have Tether and USDC. And guys, make sure you watch the video I did last night. We have Klarna is launching a stable coin on Stripe's blockchain. And guys, this is a setup for these super apps. And then, of course, the virtual world. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, don't forget, this is a plan. It moves in phases. And then we have the Fed repo at $2 billion yesterday. Make sure you pull it on a daily basis during the week. And then we know the Treasury is working in that background to manipulate that long end, because we know no one, and I mean absolutely no one, wants that long-term paper. And we know the Fed wants to keep rates higher for longer to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And we have the Fed's decision on December 10th coming in. And then also we know Jerome Powell, then after this meeting, he only has 5 more months in office and probably about 4 more meetings, and that's it. And he gets to ride off in the sun, as the United States economy will be going downhill starting in 2026. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, we are going to be taking a beating. But remember, is this a plan to get us moved over to the fourth industrial revolution? That's why I tell you it's so important for you to get back to the creator, so therefore you can start creating. Because you do not, and I mean you do not, want to be caught on the wrong side of history. And if you're relying on that universal basic income, we know if you rely on the government to feed you, they're definitely going to starve you. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have South Africa's central bank flags crypto and stablecoins as financial risks, citing growing users and increased trading volume. And guys, this is nothing but the Hegelian dialectic, because we know that South Africa is leading this fourth industrial revolution. We have so many crypto projects that made South Africa their testing ground. And then also we know all about the BRICS. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Bolivia will integrate crypto into its formal financial system, starting with stablecoins. And it doesn't matter what country you go to, they all have a plan for the digital economy. And what's the foundation of the digital economy? That's right, stablecoins, because they're nothing but dollars on blockchain. But the fact is, they have the power to be programmed. It's programmable money, and we know that's biblical, because they can tell you what, when, and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it, or poof, it's gone. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs are up as I'm doing this video. And we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP ETFs saw net inflows yesterday. And we know at the beginning of the month is like clockwork. In October, yes, we had that liquidity event, but we'll be back getting outflows around the same times. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Grayscale files with the SEC to launch its first ever Zcash ETF. And we know that money that was flowing into Zcash was not for any reason. Remember, guys, there's always a plan. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have Paxos acquires Fortify, a DeFi wallet startup, to power their stablecoin and tokenization infrastructure. And those of us who've been here in crypto from the beginning, we see the final companies that are standing are pushing this digital economy. There was a lot of companies falling by the wayside, and we're going to get into that later because this is hilarious. Now we have Kraken launches the Crack MasterCard debit app in the UK and EU with real-time multi-asset spending And I ban salary deposit. And again, we see the United States companies, these crypto companies that are in the U.S., are moving fast forward overseas because they already have regulation. Of course, all the testing then will be done, so it's going to be a whole lot easier to bring to the United States. Remember, the United States is behind on purpose, and they're making this digital economy seamless. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Polymarket secure CFTC approval for regulated U.S. return. And we saw the Alphabet boys give the illusion like they were going after these prediction markets, but at the end we can clearly see there's an agenda behind it, and now they're pushing it. It's nothing but a big casino. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Binance Wallet has launched on-chain stocks and offering tokenized stock trading with 0% minimum transaction fee. And Binance, right along with FTX, was one of the first to do tokenized stocks. And then, of course, once we got the movie, that stopped. But I definitely feel that we're going to have another Binance movie because, again, when we had the liquidity issue, Binance was one of the ones to point to, even though we know it was the big banks, but that depegging was on Binance. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have U.S. Bank is testing custom stablecoin issuance on the Stellar network in collaboration with PwC and the Stellar Development Foundation. And we know all these old banks are definitely going to be using stablecoins. And all these big banks have to do is attach that digital wallet to the customer's bank accounts, and they'll never know that they're using stablecoins. You're just moving numbers around. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, and this is unbelievable, of course, the big news that makes no news, and they wait till it get quiet and no one pays attention. But this is definitely unbelievable. We have Robinhood makes prediction market push with the purchase of former FTX platform Ledger X. And we know how powerful Ledger X was, and Ledger X was already regulated through that CFTC. The Bankman was working with the CFTC, going in there all the time. We saw the records, we saw the calendar. And I told you when all that went down, Ledger X, you had to keep your eye on because it's going to end in someone's hand that's going to be able to push it. Remember what Bankman was working on, this $100 trillion derivatives market on blockchain being ran by an algorithm. That is powerful. You're talking about hundreds of trillions of dollars. Remember what Duffy stated. You can be liquidated overnight. Because remember, the NWO's go. They want you to own nothing, but they also want you to be happy. They are turning this into a big casino, and we know the house always wins. Well, therefore, the NWO has all the worldly possessions, and that's the reason why it's so important for you to get back to the creator. So therefore, you can start creating. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.